Hi, welcome in. My name is Firestorm Shan, and this is my tarot channel. I'm going to be doing an energy check-in for the collective for all signs for the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, September the 9th. This is just a few days before that. So, as we all know, we could start feeling that energy straight away a few days before and a few days after. So let's go ahead and pop in it, see what Spirit has for us. Now, this is a eclipse that is going to shake up the waters of our emotions and our spirituality. We might find ourselves having spiritual awakenings, seeing through the veil. Emotional outbursts could occur because things are trying to leave our life that are no longer serving us. So just keep that in mind, that Pisces is an old soul as well. And they have learned a lot of karmic lessons, so they're not going to give it to you easy. They're going to hold you accountable for what you've learned so far, and if there's anything that's stopping you from growing, it's going to be removed. And that's the point of these eclipses. Let's allow it to do its job and get into it. Let's see what messages you have for the collective. This is September collective readings, eclipse season. We have fire at the bottom. Our mutable fire sign will be a Sagittarius. Okay, strongest energies for the collective, please. The mutable signs, we already did their readings. Let's see what for everybody that's watching. Yeah, we already did Sagittarius. Let's get something for everybody that's watching. They don't want to do anything but fire. Okay. For the collective, please, what is this? The strongest energies that they need to know. Spiritual cleansing. Didn't I say that? We have magic. It's time to work your magic and do a spiritual cleansing. And it is coming out here with the focus, which is strong Sagittarius energy. So this is for everybody, but you could have strong Sagittarius placements. As I was sharing in their reading, it was time for them to have get more knowledge on philosophy of other people's belief systems, and to try not to judge them, but to be more open so that could help Sagittarius grow. Maybe that resonates with you. But Pisces energy, we just said, is about spiritual cleansing. It's time to put the fire to the iron. Iron sharpens iron. So, and gold is melted down to become refined. So there's something about things getting heated up, and there will be some tears shed with the hand here. This is a symbol that recognizes all religious systems, belief systems, and values. We all need to go through a collective universal cleansing. None of us are 100% correct in all of our philosophies, belief systems, and traditions or values. That's what makes us unique. They want us to stay focused on cleansing our third eye. There is protection here with magic. You'll be able to see things very clearly when you allow this heating up to occur. You'll have laser sharp focus. But you're only going to be able to focus and hit the mark if you cleanse. You go through the spiritual cleansing. Number 27 might be significant. Number 9 might be significant. Number 24, number 6, number 5, number 50, and number 3 could be significant. All right, collective reading from the heart. What is the heart of the reading for the collective, please? This is our eclipse energy in Pisces, first and foremost. We have a blonde youth longing to manage. So this is a younger person, could have blonde hair, could be in their 40s or younger, doesn't have to be, but a younger person. Like I'm 53, so obviously 40 is younger than me. January the 22nd to the 28th could be significant. That's Capricorn energy. She's holding a cup. So This has to do with emotions, the spiritual cleansing we talked about, okay? And we have the Queen of Hearts, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, a mother, a wife, and a blonde woman. So, okay, very, very specific reading here. This is a mother and a daughter. You probably both have blonde hair. Okay, you are going through a spiritual cleansing. It has to do with your lineage, I'm hearing, and the magic that runs deep into your ancestors' veins. It could be fire magic that you're able to work with. I'm going to share with you um, this is not my real hair color. I was born a platinum blonde, by the way. It just got darker as I got aged. My mom, she's dark haired now, but when she was born, she had platinum hair too. So keep yourself open to receiving the message, even if you don't have blonde hair. Do you understand? We all color our hair these days, and color changes, and hair changes, pigment changes, melatonin changes. So I really do. I'm getting a strong sense of ancestral lineage here, mother, daughter, maiden, crone kind of energy. Yeah. I see some cleansing in the females. These are females, so the divine feminine being healed. What's driving this energy? The future and the renewal. Six of Cups. This deck is unique. Usually that means the past, but this deck has two meanings. If it's in the reverse, it means the future, not the past. So what's driving this is your future lineage, your future ancestors, your future daughters, so forth and so forth and so forth. Strong, strong ancestral reading here. What's in the headspace here? What's going on, ancestors, since you're here? What's going on? We have the King of Spades, the King of Swords, an evil and treacherous person. Okay. This is another blonde-haired man in the image. It doesn't say blonde, but he is blonde in the picture. It's the King of Swords. He's cruel. He's mean. He's treacherous. Cruelty is here. Your ancestors are seeing where the women have been treated unfairly by the masculine. I feel like the masculine are being judged right now. No offense to my masculine people. But let's just be honest about it. Women didn't even have voting rights until the last few decades. They're still working towards having equal pay scales. We've come a long way. But there was a time when we couldn't even vote. Okay? That's how deep this is going, okay? This is 2025. Or the last 100 years, I'm going to say, have been very challenging, and it's required you to have a lot of passion and stay focused to fight for your true north, for your magic. I'm also tapping into the witches, and I don't mean the dark arts. I'm talking about our white witch, kitchen witch sisters, the ones who work with herbs as medicine, that know that weeds are not weeds, they are medicine. I'm talking about that kind of stuff. Handle magic. The archers, the warrior women are being presented here. The adventurous ones. If this resonates with you, you understand what it feels like to have an evil, treacherous, masculine, a tyrant to deal with. You know what that feels like. That's what this reading is for somebody dealing with that. If it's not your reading, it's okay. You can click off if you're even still with me. What happened in the past, though? Let's get some more information. Recent past. I'm going to say the recent past, please. Let's go recent. Struggle and labor. So we did already cover that about the labor field and the workforce field of feeling it's a man's world. I'd say as a woman, being in the military would still be quite challenging. My stepdaughter, she's in the military. She can testify to that, dealing with treacherous men. For me, being a musician in a male-dominated music industry, we don't always have as many opportunities or are taken quite as seriously as the men are at times. It's still a real thing. But we're going to have to stay laser focused, DF, and heal because spirit is working on the divine masculine to break down their hard exoskeleton. You got to think about the way they were raised, generational curses. And my grandma taught me this. My grandpa taught me this. I'm seeing the Masons, male dominated. Women are not allowed in there. I don't believe. If they are, there's very few. I don't think they are allowed in there though. The Jesuits are like that. A lot of religious organizations and institutions are like that. Women can't speak in church. They can't be ministers. But the Bible says that his ministers are flames of fire. So it doesn't say gender. It says his ministers, God's ministers, the Spirit, they are flames of fire. So they're fire signs. Or at least they're passionate, fired up, they care. They get things done in the spirit realm. To God, there is no gender, and to Ro, there is no gender. So you could take this one way or another and flip it back and forth. If it wasn't a tyrant father, it could have been a tyrant grandmother. I heard there was a lot of those back in the day. My granny used to chase me around the yard with a switch. I remember. I love my granny. She never really connected or hit me or anything like that, but she got mad at me enough to scare me. I knew not to backtalk granny after that. She never hit me. She pierced my ears and plucked my eyebrows, and we did beauty regimes and stuff like that. So I had a good granny. Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, in the past, you were struggling with labor. Now, labor also means labor, like giving birth. Okay, it's been a struggle to continue. Like, okay, I'm seeing this scenario. A lot of the youth today do not want to have children. They don't. Because their experiences that the millennials have had with a lot of their parents have been dysfunctional. I mean, it started in the 60s with the revolution and the Vietnam War, and then that's when all the drugs came in and the rebellion hit. And then as we continued on into the 70s, more drugs and alcohol. The 80s, even more drugs and alcohol, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. 90s, now we're getting into harder drugs. Now people are overdosing. Everybody's emo. So that would mean that your parents might have come from that generational era, and you're like, oh, my parents was a dictator or a treacherous person. I don't want to have kids. So they're denying themselves from having children. They really truly are. So there's a struggle here of even wanting to give birth at this time. There's a lot of spiritual cleansing and healing that needs to happen from the years of debauchery and abuse and neglect that we've been putting ourselves through and our children through and our children's children. What's the incoming energies over here for us, for the collective, with this beautiful reading of healing and empowerment? We have success and achievement. 3 of Cups is a celebration. I get by with a little help from my friends. Yeah, you'll have some sort of product to show that you'll be proud of what healthy relationships look like. You will have success and achievement. But first, you're going to have to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let it out. If you're not a crier, you might find yourself being one this weekend. Let it out. If you really want to move forward and release the struggle, the future is asking you to release the grudge, release the hurt, release the disappointment. What is the situation here, Spirit? What is the overall situation for the collective right now concerning this reading? We have a seducer. This woman has blonde hair too. The Queen, the Knight of Hearts. This is the Knight of Cups. The Seducer. January 29th through February the 3rd. Pisces energy. That's the situation. Some of you were seduced into believing that this is the way that life is supposed to be, dealing with a masculine dominated life. A lot of you were seduced into the thought process and ideal of a woman submitting underneath a man when they were supposed to come together as one flesh. But the submission of I'm seeing missionary style, for example, when you're making love as a form of submission to the masculine. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know why that's coming to my mind, but it is, because we're talking about seducing. Oh, I'm hearing Lilith. Lilith would be the energy wherever that is in your natal chart. She would be the rebellious one and be the one that would say, well, no, I'm getting on top. And I'm going to ride this donkey from the top. And some men will be like, no, you've got to submit to me. No, baby, no. The women are stepping into power and authority, and they're stepping into their sexuality and who they are. And they're not wanting to be submissive to men like they were before because it was abused for so long. I know so many of my friends who have RTS syndrome. You know what that is? Religious trauma syndrome. How can I say, the amount of Me Too movement going on in the church with sexual assaults towards children has been very inappropriately handled over the years, and has continued on for decades because of tyrant men who want to cover up and hide things. It's time for the spiritual cleansing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's time to come clean about these treacherous things that we have passed down from generation to generation. So the situation is the seducer. Some of us are easily seduced away. Oh, ha, ha, whatever you say. Forgetting that struggle. Okay. How are we being seen, collective, right now? What's going on? The collective is going through a tower moment. The breaking of the balance, destruction and opposition, ruin and catastrophe. Yes, the temple is being torn down. These ivory towers built upon this treacherous type of domination is being torn down. The collective, we are being seen as the tower. Ruined. Our systems are being pulled down to the ground. And it will be successful. Now, we are in the age of Aquarius, and Pluto is in Aquarius. It's going to be there for a long time. We're going to see all kinds of change and transformation going on with the collective, because Aquarius energy is collective energy. It's your friends groups. It's all of us. It's even the extraterrestrials. We're going through a tower moment, folks. It's meant to happen. It's the hope or fear, or the challenge, if you want to call it that. Hope, fear, or challenge. Loneliness and enticement. Oh, some of you guys are afraid you'll get lonely and get tempted and seduced back to an old way of living and thinking and doing life. It is going to feel quite lonely for a while. Some of you will separate from the relationships around you that have been toxic. It's been timed to happen for a long time. So your challenge is to not be seduced back into the old, negating all of the achievement that you've made, all of the prayers you've given, all of the times you've stood up for your truth, just to go back like a dog to vomit. It's going to be tempting. Sometimes it's easier not to change. But the easy way out is no longer here. We are in chaos. Eclipse season. It's out of here. What is the outcome of this reading? Our outcome is family enlargements. Yes. I love it. MasterCard number 33. Yes, things are going to balance out. Yes, yes, yes. You will have that family. You will continue to spread your seed. You will have an enlargement of family and grandchildren and nieces and nephews and all those wonderful things. Those things will return again to us. But first we must go through the spiritual cleansing, and it is Judgment Day, by the way. It's time for a change in a situation. You are being protected by divine forces, but it's time for a moral rebirth. Our morals are off. What? Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming from an ancestral reading, but what else can you expect? And you know, it's interesting because when I look at this judgment card, you've got all these souls standing there in the background. Those are your ancestors protecting you. Yeah, it's Judgment Day. Yep. All right, guys. I like this reading. This turned out awesome. It is a little bit of a challenge. It does feel emotional. There will be tears shed. I'm going to close with this. It's a little bit of a personal testimony. I am currently in the middle of trying to break generational curses in my bloodline. And so I've been trying to have some very difficult conversations with my mom. And I feel that if she could see this reading and understand it without, because she doesn't believe in tarot, she would never watch this. I've tried to have dialogue with her about, instead of being in your ego about this is the way things have always been, there's nothing I can do about to change the past. Well, what do you want from me? That's very prideful. But if you could go back and just say, all I'm asking for is a genuine apology for the mishandling of a situation that could have been prevented. Where a poor judgment call was made, can you admit it? And can you apologize instead of making excuses? And I'm going to leave that there. Wish you all the luck in the world. Wish me luck with my situation too. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Some people take it to the grave, y'all. That's okay. We are the change. Be the change we wish to see right here, right now, with the ones who are watching this, for whoever's watching. Wish you all the love and the light in the world, and good luck. You can do this.